I'm going to show you how to do mastering mixology based on the new changes that were implemented. So to start with, there's 3 different types of paste: mox, which is blue, aga, which is green, and lye, which is red. To make these pastes, grab herbs from your bank, use them in this refiner right here, and you'll get your paste. As far as which herbs make which paste and which ones you should or shouldn't use, I'd recommend using Harolander for the blue paste just because it gives you the most quantity, Quorum or Avanto for the red paste just because the other ones are valuable, and Dwarfweed for the green paste because wines of Zamrock are harder to get than potato cactus and whiteberries, but you can use any of these really. In fact, it doesn't really matter what you use as long as you're not using Snapdragon, Toadflax, Rannerweed, or Torstol because these are very valuable in an Ironman. As long as you get your paste, doesn't really matter. So let's move on to the video game and the mini game. Once you've got your paste made, you can deposit it into this hopper right here. And this mini game is pretty simple. So to start with, you're going to be making potions by operating these 3 levers to add in doses of each of the 3 types of paste to this potion. Each time you pull a lever, one of these light bulbs will light up. When 3 light bulbs are lit up, then you've got your potion recipe and you can take it from here. I've got the Mastering Mixology RuneLite plugin downloaded. It makes this way easier because instead of having to decipher this by MMM or MMA, which means Mox Mox Aga, you can just look at the colors in parentheses right here. So if I wanted to make this potion, I would hit blue twice and green once. You can see we've got 2 blue light bulbs right here lit up, or whatever this is, and 1 green one. So that means we're going to be making this potion when we take it from the mixing vessel. I'm going to make all 3 of these. Luckily, I can show you all 3 tables because of what's in my potion orders. So for the next one, LLL, or 3 reds, I'm going to hit the red lever 3 times, then take from the mixing vessel. The next one is MMM. And keep in mind, I normally wouldn't actually do these potions. I'm just doing this so that I can show you each of these 3 tables. So after you've got your potions, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, you don't have to do all of them. You're going to process these potions on each of these 3 tables. Now each of these 3 tables has a unique mechanic that speeds up the processing of your potion. And in order to know which table to take the potion, you can take a look at these symbols right here. So this symbol right here, when you see the V that looks like the Venmo logo, means you're going to take it to the agitator. When you see this symbol, it looks a lot like this pot, so you're going to come over here. And when you see this symbol, it looks a lot like this thing, so you'll go over there. So the mechanic of this table is you'll randomly see little musical notes and hear a sound pop up while you're processing it. As soon as you see it, you have a few ticks to click and you'll speed up the processing, just like that. It'll randomly appear sometimes in the beginning, sometimes at the end, sometimes in the middle. This machine, crystallize, is sped up simply by clicking every single tick. You can click in between the ticks, whatever it is. Just make sure that you don't click too much. Right here, if I were to click again, I would start processing the next potion, even though I don't want that potion to be processed on this table. And this final table will speed up the processing after this bellows closes 5 times. So we can count out loud: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's sped up. After you're done processing whatever potions you're making, you can click on Fulfill Order Conveyor Belt. You'll submit them, and then you'll get 3 new potion orders. Now, all 3 potion orders will refresh, even if you've only submitted 1 potion. So, something to keep in mind, you can click directly on a machine to start processing a potion. When you do this, it's going to take whatever is your top and leftmost potion. So right now, the Mammoth Might Mix is the top leftmost potion. So if I click on this, it'll start using this potion. You'll note I do not have highlight stations checked. Maybe this will be changed over time, but what I've noticed is if you're making more than 1 potion per order, it will sometimes highlight the incorrect station based on the order. Additionally, every now and then a digweed will spawn in one of these 4 spawns, and when it does, you can put that digweed inside of a potion to get extra points or XP. Now, starting with that mechanic, something important that will increase your XP and points per hour is to always have either a mixalot or whatever your best potion is in your inventory. The reason we do this is when a digweed spawns and you pick it, you can't have a second digweed spawn while there's a digweed in your inventory. But what you can do is stick the digweed in a potion. That way you can sort of save a digweed and have more spawning. I've actually had it before where I have 4 mixalots in my inventory with digweeds before it even popped up on the potion order. Now you can see right here I actually do have mixalot on my potion order. If you don't have 81 herblore, which is what you need for the mixalot potion, just use the digweeds on whatever your best potion is. Okay, so right here you can see we've got a digweed that just spawned. So once I'm done processing this potion, I'm going to come over here, pick the digweed, and I do not have mixalot on my potion orders. So as long as this is sitting in my inventory, I can't get a second digweed. So I'm going to stick it in this mixalot. I'm going to continue processing orders, and once I see mixalot, then I can process this one that has a digweed. As of right now, there's no way to distinguish this from other mixalots, because what I would do here is make another mixalot so that if I get another digweed, I can stick the digweed in there. What I like to do is separate them so that I know anything that's on the left has a digweed, anything that's on the right does not have a digweed. Alright, so right here you can see Mixalot finally popped up on my potion orders. I know because of how I organize things that this one's got a digweed in it. I'm going to skip these two because I don't do those potions, and now I'm going to process it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you'll notice when I turn this in, I'm going to get double the XP and double the points that I normally would for Mixalot. So 40, 40, 40, and 730 XP. As far as which potions to make and not to make, I recommend you skip all of the potions that require 3 of a certain color, because these give you less total points per paste and they give you less XP. I also recommend you skip AAM, green, green, blue, simply because most of the rewards have the biggest requirement of, well, all of them pretty much, require you to have more red than blue and more blue than green. So by skipping the AAM potion, because each of these have an even chance of being asked for, you're going to slightly bias your points towards having less blue than red and even more less green than blue.